Mike, can you read me? I'm getting lots of interference.
Reading you loud and clear. Where can I find Shahid?
It's a little more complicated than that. It's gonna require some groundwork, and lots of it. Good to see you're eager to get started. Finding Shahid is your primary objective. Trouble is, we don't know his location, but we have 3 leads. An arms dealer, Nasri, is believed to have sold the missiles to Shahid, and he's currently operating in Saudi Arabia. If you can intercept him, maybe he can tell you where Shahid is, or guide you to the missiles.
Do we have anything else on Nasri?
Nothing more than what's in his dossier. If you can manage to make any contacts and find out more, we'd welcome it. We also tracked down the location of an airfield Shahid used in the past. If you can sneak in and plant a listening device, we may be able to track flight Shahid is using to move through Saudi Arabia.
And the third lead?
We've got the coordinates of an Al-Samad detention camp, also used as a stockpile for weapons. We suspect the missiles may be stored there.
Is there any way to be sure the missiles are there?
Not at this time. The area is dug into the side of a canyon, and getting reliable satellite imagery when sandstorms aren't blowing has been almost impossible. We'll want you to go in alone, recon the area, and shut down their radar and communications. Once that's down, we can call in air support and hit the camp hard.
No pressure.
And no backup. Get used to it. It's the job. You check out your new home yet? It's got some perks you might be interested in.
Anything beyond the weapons locker?
Thought that might hold your attention.
It did? Anything else?
A computer with a hub connection so fast you'll feel like you're going back in time.
What, to the Stone Age? Please.
You can do dossier research, encrypted emails, and if need be, access some of the weapons dealers in the area. That'll be done on your own dime, however, using whatever funds you can find in Saudi Arabia.
I understand, sir. We wouldn't want Alpha Protocol tied to any weapons trafficking in the Middle East.
Exactly. The weapons locker you already found, help yourself to what's inside. Just be sure to choose the ammo and armor you think suits the mission. When you're ready to head out, just use the front door, or access the missions from the main terminal. I'll have already uploaded all the mission specs to your PDA. You can review them at any time.
Alright, so is that it? Westridge. Great. Home sweet home.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, Mr. and welcome back with more Alpha Protocol. We're finally getting to Saudi Arabia. So, I've decided that the way that I want to make these videos is to not confuse anyone. So therefore, this video is going to be primarily of getting ready for a mission. And then, because there's a lot of things that we need to look at in this video. This is the first time we're at our safe house. There's a lot of things that we need to explore, look around, and whatnot. But most of the time, there's going to be like kind of a briefing, and then we'll do the mission. I will try to make the mission hopefully in one video, but remember this is in 4K, so the video files are very huge, so therefore it does take a lot of space up. If I can't get it in one video, hopefully two, but nonetheless, we're going to keep going here. As you can see, we have 16 points that we need to use. So what I want to use is we're going to use our technical aptitude and our toughness. So we now have Iron Will, which we don't ever plan on getting into any messes. We're also going to go ahead and upgrade our assault rifles, even though we're not really going to be using them. And I guess it would be a good thing to go ahead and get our martial arts up, even though we won't be using that as well. So you can see some of the perks that we already have just from, you know, the first couple of training missions. Obviously, specific things that we needed to do in order to get these perks. So hopefully you followed that in the video previously. With that being said, we're going to continue on here. And we're going to look around for a little bit.
Hey, look. Darcy photoshopped our faces into a still frame of a buddy cop movie. That's, yeah.
I like how he gave me the big beard. What are we, Darsky and Hutch? Actually, a few places you can look at.
There's a note from Parker here. The agency made me give this to you. What a guy. Agent Darcy sent me this for acing the training course. He misspelled my name, Thornton. Mina wrote, way to score. I think she custom framed it just for me. How nice.
Ooh. Might be able to get in that.
In Washington today, Senator Patrick Darcy unveiled new legislation aimed at cleaning up the federal government by greatly restricting lobbyists' access to legislators.
The bill, called the People Over Rich Corporations Act, or PORC Act, would prohibit lobbyists from contributing to election campaigns and require anyone affiliated with a corporation to stay 500 feet or more away from any member of the legislative branch.
Opponents of the bill have labeled it a draconian offense against free speech and so laughably unenforceable as to render it a farce. Senator Darcy had no comment for INN News. Should American businesses be compensated if conflict arises in Asia? Legislation being discussed on Capitol Hill would assist with relocation costs for operations based in countries considered hostile to the United States. Detractors in both parties have attacked the bill as a massive bailout for companies that have outsourced American jobs. China and India are the largest destinations for offshore operations, with everything from manufacturing to software development being produced overseas for American businesses. Tensions continue to rise in the Far East as Taiwanese President Ronald Sung's independence rally approaches. The controversial politician has the Chinese government worried that he will formally declare independence, an action that would almost certainly lead to war.
High-level White House sources have told INN News that, should China attempt to forcibly block a Taiwanese move for independence, the U.S. Navy will take, quote, any and all measures to prevent Chinese aggression.
Meanwhile, the president, on a goodwill tour of Africa, issued a statement urging all parties to remain calm and rational, and to let diplomacy prevail. In Washington today, Senator Patrick Darcy unveiled new legislation aimed at cleaning up the federal government.
Alright, so I just want to make sure that you guys can read everything into the story. Story is very important to me, and it's very important to this channel, so that's why I went ahead and showed you that. So before we move on to anything else, we're going to go ahead and look around the rest of our crib. This is definitely worthy of an MTV Cribs episode. You want to start your missions, just head through the door. Now, if you want to change your appearance, you can customize it. So, again, for this next mission that we're going to do, probably going to keep things the way they are right now. But there is going to be some times where I will go around and change a few things up. But for right now, I think we're pretty good.
Senator Patrick Darcy unveiled new legislation aimed at cleaning up the federal government by greatly restricting lobbyists.
Let's check out our emails. So we do not get money from this company. We have to find our money on our own. We'll find that money during missions and whatnot. However, Mina, because she, she's got a thing for us, she has went ahead and actually sent us some funds. We have a cover email, M. Thorton at Hallbeck. So it looks like we're going to have to be dealing with Darcy a lot for the mission Sandworm. He's going to be our handler for that mission, which will not be in this. I think we got, what, 3 missions in Saudi Arabia that we're going to be taking care of? He's got a contact to get supplies. Alright. You can reply to one of these emails, the cover email, so we're going to go ahead and reply to that. You can choose the different options that you want. We're going to choose, although this one is a really funny one, she is more professional, so you want to pick the more professional approach. Sometimes you can get away with being suave, but you got to pick your moments right. So we're going to go with professional. And as you can see, we got some brownie points with her. There's no other emails that we can reply to. And we have no intel just yet. So here we are at the Publishers Clearinghouse. Now, I am very in-depth. Hopefully you guys got a joke out of that. But I'm very in-depth when I come to any game that I play, okay? So I like to take as much out of it as possible. These are slower walkthroughs. These are more in-depth to show you everything about a certain game. That's what my channel is known for. If you're the kind of person that wants me just to rush through this, then you're going to have to watch someone else. So I'm going to take my time with this. I'm going to let you guys know exactly the weapons that I would go into a situation like this, so that when we come out, we're going to get the most points, the most XP, you know, and have the best chance for survival, and doing it stealthy, of course. So with that being said, we have $82,000 of funds. As far as, we already have a specific weapon, I mean already. This is just some other things that we could buy. You've got the Sidewinder here, and it shows you the different damages that all the things. And also you can view more info. There's a lot of customization and a lot of detail in this, because this is, you know, an RPG. So with that being said, you can actually buy, sell weapons. Oh, excuse me, I thought I hit the wrong button there. So eventually we're going to get into some really, really high-priced weaponry to make sure that we have the best stuff. But for this first mission here, we don't need to be too in-depth. You can also look at... I like how also they've got like different camos and stuff, like desert camo, you know. Armor is another big thing. Now, here's the thing. With armor, sound dampening is very important. The more sound dampening you have, the better. Now, we're not too worried about endurance, because endurance involves your health. But we are very, very worried about sound dampening, because we want to be able to get up behind enemies when we're sneaking around. If we have a low sound dampening, we're not going to be able to do that. That is why when we were in our armor before, you can't just get behind an enemy. You have to either use your running ability, where you're silent running, or you have to use the evasion ability. So with that being said, we are going to have some good armor that will allow us to be a little bit more sneakier. But for right now, we're just kind of going through here to show you guys some of the different gadgets and whatnot. You can buy all different types of things here. I mean, it's just so much to look around and to get. Shock pads, which I think, actually, some of these things you don't even need to buy. Some of these things you're going to be actually able to pick up in the field. So keep that in mind, too. If there is something I will pick up in the field, I will definitely let you know that you don't need to pick it up now, which is the shock pads. We will be able to pick that up on this first mission coming up. Intel, let's see, gadgets. Intel is very important. Intel actually creates a lot of more opportunities for you. It makes certain things easier. So Intel is definitely something you want to spend a little bit of your time with. Since this is the first mission that we're doing up ahead is going to be the airfield, we want to go down and we want to get, pretty much going to get all of this intel, but for right now, I think we're just going to stick with the bug. So we've got a dossier information on Al-Samid. Purchasing this intel will expand your dossier on the terrorist organization. So we are going to purchase this. We got a mission map for a small fee. A surveillance company will provide you with a detailed map of the airfield. Yeah, this is great, and it's only $621, so we're going to go ahead and get it. We really don't need it, because I'm going to obviously show you how to get through there. And also, there's a sniper rifle dead drops. Darcy's contact will, for a price, leave a precision rifle in a ranged location for use in your mission. We will definitely not need that. Bonus objective for the arms dealer mission. Black market sources offering intel on weapon shipments. We don't need any of that. So I think for right now we're good to go, because we don't need that. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at.
Based in countries considered hostile to the tensions continue.
And we completed turn on the TV. So now here's where we can get into our armor mods. Remember I showed you that we're going to be getting one armor mod on here. So we already have a few armor mods available to us. We're going to go with the night operator. So the sound dampening in night operations is going to be 4, which should, I believe, be enough for us to get around stealthy in this very early easy mission. So, and we've got gads, we got a sound generator, an EMP charge, explosive grenade, first aid kit. We'll be able to go through those, but right now we don't need to worry too much about that. However, what we do need to change, obviously, is we're going with a pistol, and we're going to go silenced. Remember, all of our shots are going to be critical, so therefore we don't have to worry too much about damage because a critical headshot will always kill the enemy if you're close enough. So we've got that down. Model, we're not going submachine gun. Remember, we don't even have a good enough submachine gun. You can see we really don't have anything as far as sights goes. We can put on a scope. Not that we're ever going to use this because, let's face it, we're not going to be killing anyone. As far as anything else, I don't think we have any sights, no magazines, and no accessories as of right now. Now you'll notice that we have 63 tranquilizer rounds. We want to keep that high as possible because you can accidentally kill enemies instead of using your tranq rounds. So make sure you remember that.
In Washington today, Senator Patrick Darcy unveiled
Alright,
new
so we've done
legislation
everything we needed to do.
of the federal government by greatly
Turn the TV off. Now it's time to go ahead and head to our first mission briefing. Alright, and you can choose the mission that you want to do, and we're going to bug Al Samad Airfield. You can also look at the factions, because we have new info available for Alpha Protocol, Al Samad, and Halbeck. I definitely recommend you looking over some of this, because some things will give you a lot of good intel as far as the enemies that you're going to be facing. As you can see, they are usually armed with dated assault rifles. They use ski masks. There's a lot of good information that will actually help you in your struggles to defend freedom. And of course, all the individual ones were pretty good. Trusted, 6-7. Neutral with Darcy is about as good as you're going to get. Maintain 7. So we're pretty good as far as trusted. We've been making the right decisions. So with this all being said, we're actually going to move on and start this mission briefing. She is our handler for this mission. Her reputation is trusted, constant encouragement, so she gives us a good endurance. Reports indicate Shahid may be using an airfield east of Jizan. Infiltrate the airfield, download the flight logs, and get out without being spotted. Intel acquired for this mission 2. There is additional, but we don't need it. You purchase additional dossiers and also made, expanding your dossier on the terrorist organization. For a small fee, a surveillance company provided you with a detailed map of the airfield. So with that being said, you can also go into the clearinghouse and do whatever you need to do from here. You don't have to go back to the computer, but let's do it.
Mike, enjoying Saudi Arabia? I've been keeping an eye on your mission.
What do you think?
I think you're lucky. All I'm seeing are satellite images. Guess that'll have to do.
So I've read up on you.
Really? Thinking about a career as a stalker?
Isn't that what a handler is?
Some truth to that.
You used to be with the National Security Administration, right?
Yes. But it didn't work out so well. I felt I wasn't doing much to make the world a safer place.
So you signed on to Alpha Protocol?
They contacted me, yes. And here I am, talking to you now. Anything come up you need my help with?
Can you tell me anything about my mission here in Saudi?
Probably nothing Westridge hasn't explained already. If you infiltrate the airfield Shahid uses, I may have more practical advice.
Why is that?
I'll be your handler for that mission. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. I know it's your first time infiltrating an airfield.
As long as you're backing me up, I think I'll be in good hands.
That's very optimistic of you, Agent Thornton. But I appreciate the trust.
Can you tell me anything about Shahid?
Not much more than you'd find in his dossier. His personal fortune doubled in 1 year when gas was $4 a gallon. And he likes feeling safe when he travels.
What do you mean, safe?
While Al Samad is mostly untrained civilians using Cold War guns, his personal bodyguards are well trained. And judging from the missile used on the airliner, let's just say he makes sure they have cutting-edge tech.
So you've been with Alpha Protocol a while, then?
Not as long as Westridge, and not nearly as long as Parker. This assignment with Shahid is probably the biggest one I've been involved in.
What other assignments have you been on?
I went undercover with Parker in Milan as a contractor for Halbeck. It's how we found out the missiles were gone in the first place. Although it was too late to stop Shahid. The incident with the airliner?
Well, we'll catch him this time. He won't get another chance.
I hope so. I feel like if we'd been a little quicker with analyzing the data...
Don't beat yourself up over it. What's done is done. Let's focus on the next step.
You're right. We're closing in on him, and it shouldn't be much longer.
Still, with Alpha Protocol, what I don't understand is why the United States would want to keep this operation secret. Don't they want Shahid captured?
I think it's the missiles that are the problem. Helbeck's a substantial government contractor. The fact the missiles were involved complicates things.
Complicates things. As in, they're a potential embarrassment to Helbeck?
I think that's a big part of it. U.S. weapons used to kill U.S. citizens wouldn't look good on a front page, even if the missiles were stolen. Alpha Protocol does a lot of operations like this. I don't know all of them, or all the names this program has had. It carries out missions without the knowledge of other U.S. agencies.
Sounds like you have some doubts, Mina.
No, it's not like that. Not really. I mean, other agencies wouldn't approve, but that's not my call. The CIA, the NSA, most congressmen don't even have a clue this program exists. It's designed to prevent red tape. And if it's found out, it just gets buried and renamed.
Renamed? To Beta or Gamma Protocol?
No clue. Parker probably does. He's been here the longest. Whenever it's in danger of being exposed, it closes shop, and a new one opens up.
Interesting. I guess that's good to know. Wonder if I'd get a new name if Alpha Protocol shut down.
I don't know. We might get new names, new identities. Or fired.
This seems like a big assignment for a new hire. There must have been other candidates.
There were other candidates, including Darcy. But the recommendation was based on Parker, Westridge, and me. Although when I made my recommendation, it wasn't about Shahid. It was about the larger mission.
So why me?
Because I think when given a choice, you're going to choose the people of a country over the heads of state. And that's not a choice many people here would make in the same circumstances. Especially Darcy. To be fair to Darcy, though, he has family issues that prevent him from going. Notably his father. According to your dossier, your family isn't an issue.
Is that all I am to you? A dossier?
Until you arrived at Alpha Protocol, you were. Not anymore. I think you're someone who does what's right. And that's what I'm counting on.
That's all I need. Thanks, Mina.
You got it. Call me if you need anything else.
Try not to alert the camp. If you do, we may lose our chance to find Shahid.
I'm inside.
Sure is a lot of security.
Tell me about it. There's cameras all over the place.
It's bad. But it also means they've got something here worth protecting.
Alright, ladies and gents, here we go. So I've decided to go ahead and put this mission on the end of the video. This is not a tough mission whatsoever. It is our first mission.
Judging from the schematics, there's a security gate cutting you off from the tower.
Any way around it?
Should be a terminal for the gate in one of the buildings. Aside from the panel on the gate itself, but...
Walking right up to the gate will leave me exposed. Got it. Might be able to find a way over it.
if you can fly, then you're welcome to try.
I think you'd be surprised.
Alright, so you'll notice that I'm using tranq rounds because I'm going for a non-lethal walkthrough. So here's a little kind of trick for you guys if you're feeling saucy. All you gotta do is restart this checkpoint and all the enemies will disappear. Every single time if you restart at least this checkpoint, the enemies will disappear. So we're gonna wait for him to start turning that way. You don't have to go into this room, however, we are going to go ahead and go into the room so we can pick some stuff up. Hurry back out to this outside here and cut your way back around from the far side. This guy can be a little tricky to take out because you can't always line up a good headshot, as you can see. So we're going to go ahead and risk getting up on him. Again, I'm going to try to show you where everything is. Now, remember, this is going to be hard to explain. The routes that we're going are the more stealthier routes, more stealthy approaches. So there might be times where we don't do every single bonus mission because some bonus missions will take you one path, it could take you another. We want to go the most stealthy. As you can see, there's a route that you could take. But this is also another stealthy path, but this leads you to another bonus objective here.
Looks like some of Shahid's a leader here. If you can take them out,
Then I won't have to worry about running into them later.
Alright, so we're going to wait till he turns around. You can see him down there. This will take out Shahid's bodyguards. Which are the guys you want to take out?
Got the last of Shahid's elite guard.
Nice job. One less thing to worry about later.
Looks like we got the arm gods. So I accidentally mentioned earlier that it was something else. It does change ever so often, so you won't always pick up the same armor mods. But we're going to go ahead and place this one in there. And we're good to go. So you want to check out every single building here, even though we don't actually have to. You're still going to want to because, well, there's a few objectives that you can complete, some bonus objectives. And you won't be able to do otherwise, so. Don't worry about him over there. He will not be able to see you. We're going to wait for this guy here. And you'll notice that some of the animations are screwed up, as you can see that we critical headshotted the other guy. However, for like a split second, he saw us, but I don't really think it counts, and it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of glitches in this game that might keep you from getting, you know, your 100% perfect the way that you thought you would be able to get it. But we're still going to, that's what we're going for no matter what, so. Alright, I see that one. And I see the other one.
And that's that.
Good job. You've shut down the hangar cameras. The ones at the tower are on a different circuit, though.
Again, it pays to search everywhere, especially if you want to rank up money, so you can buy better weapons and whatnot, so. Like, here's a door here. Which will take you to the outside. You can see kind of what's up ahead. And this is just another way that would take you exactly where you were before. But as you can see, it's another stealthy kind of approach. Even though we could have just went through that door. But I want to at least show you the different routes. Alright, so what I am going to be doing next is a little difficult to pull off. You do need to be quick about it. And you should be good. Again, you don't have to take out every single enemy. That's never going to be my approach. We are going to take out the ones that I feel we should mess with, just in case. So, as I wanted to show you what I was talking about. So, here you can actually bypass to the very end of this level by moving through this door here. And I'll at least show you where it is. And you get a checkpoint as well. Takes you right to where you need to go, as you can see. However, by doing this, you're actually missing out on a few items. As you can see, we've got a lot of guards here. We don't have to take them all out, though.
Looks like they got a stockpile of weapons here. Let me see if I can destroy these crates before they get shipped out.
All right, Mike. But the control tower comes first.
And that's the last of them.
Well done. Now for the tower.
We'll have to go around, it looks. You can see there's another way up there. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I'm doing all this just to be as thorough as possible for all of you guys. See, there's all kinds of things just held throughout these worlds that will help you to accomplish your goal. There's a back way there. You gotta love it. See, there's even a way to get over there. There's actually nothing that we need that's over right there. A few items you can see. He dropped some ammo. It looks like we got some more ammo back there. Maybe, yeah, it looks like mainly ammo. I'm more worried about the money, as money is what's really going to help us out in these situations. Alright, just so that we don't get caught, we're going to show you guys a really cool skill. This is called the chain shot. The chain shot freezes time and allows several shots to be lined up with the pistol. This is pretty much kind of like Sam Fisher, you know, you're able to do all kinds of things with this ability. And you're able to shoot very, very far away. But we don't need to use it. Just wanted to give you guys a little instance on what it can be used for. Alright, so we've made it inside. But it's actually really cool. So there's exactly where we were before.
I'm in the control tower now.
Look around for any computers. They may have flight records stored on them we can use to help track Shahid.
Alright, as you can see, there are a lot of enemies right here, so I'm trying to get a foothold on how close they are. Wait till he turns around. That's why I gotta love the evasive move. It allows you to be caught for maybe a second, kind of like a natural time that will pass. Like a glove. And here's the next one. Takes a little time to get there.
Transmitting the logs now.
Why, thank you, Mr. Thornton. It seems you found the Al-Samad flight records. Can't wait to analyze these.
Alright, so a few more things to do and we'll be done here. Take him out now. There it is. I knew it was one of them, I just didn't know which one. There it is. Get us some time. All right. So, I don't think there's really anything else left. I mean, there could be... No, I think we pretty much got everything. As far as our main mission objectives. However, we are going to unlock this door because it does give us more experience. And it is something that I need to work on because with this Elite controller, it's very sensitive with the triggers. Alright, so we got a guy right above us. One more, and then that's it. So I always suggest waiting until he turns. You might have to use the evasive maneuver, but... just get him on the way back. Just be nice and patient. He would see us too easy if we went up there, and I just don't want to risk it. There we go. Ladies and gents, we have done this. One last thing. 9. Oh, right next to each other.
Receiving. Link strong, we're good. Now get out of there.
Like a glove. Alright, ladies and gents, there you go. We leveled up, so that's awesome. 12 out of 12 objectives completed. Now, if you don't find an objective, it won't be added to your list. So there's certain things that you might end up finishing the mission with only 10 objectives out of 10 because you didn't actually see where the other objective is. That's why I encourage you to explore. These things will help out in other missions, so keep that in mind, and they help you out just in general. So with that being said, we've got 79,000 bucks, enemy loot taken, XP earned, all that great stuff, and then you can look at what we did. We infiltrated the airfield, plant a surveillance device in the air traffic control tower. Bonus objective was to several weapon caches at the scene were found and destroyed. This causes a resupply difficulties in this region, so that'll be good. Lowered munitions supply for the terrorists. We encountered his elite guards. We took them out. The effect was reaching Shahid should meet with less resistance when we find out where he is. Obtain the flight records. Time to help give them an Alpha Protocol. Agent Thornton hacked into a computer at the airport with transmissional intelligence concerning the activities in the region. And of course, we were successfully implanting the device. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed the walkthrough. Good old 100% pistol accuracy. Total medical bills. See, we didn't kill anybody, so I guess no orphans were created in this game. But we did break a few arms. They're going to be in the hospital, so that's why we got those medical bills. So that's always cool to look at. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course, I'll see you on the next mission. Peace out, bitches.